Copm is a standardized instrument, an individualized measure of a client's self-perception of problems in their occupational performance. It is designed to enable individuals to identify and prioritize everyday issues which restrict or impact their occupational performance, and to help in establishment of intervention goals. It is used in over 35 countries and has been translated into 24 languages. Copm is an outcome measure and can be administered at the beginning of OT services and later for reassessment. It is administered as a semi-structured interview by trained OT and takes approximately 15 to 30 minutes to perform. Copm has structured scoring method. Copm is used to identify problem areas, provide training, rating of clients' priorities, evaluate performance and satisfaction, measure changes in clients' occupational performance. Characteristics include it is generic, individualized, considers clients' roles and expectations, focuses on client's environment, and ensures relevance of problems to each client. Population. Copm can be used for clients with a variety of disabilities and across all life stages. Copm identifies occupational performance problems in the following areas: self-care, which includes personal care, functional mobility, community management; productivity, which includes paid or unpaid work, household management, school and play; and leisure, which includes quiet recreation, active recreation, and socialization. Copm results in two types of self-report scores: performance and satisfaction. Copm steps can include identification of occupational performance issues, rating importance of issues, scoring, reassessment, treatment continuation, or discharge. Hello, Mr. Alvarez. I'm Lana. I'm going to be your occupational therapist today. How are you feeling?
I'm okay.
Okay. Would you like me to call you Mr. Alvarez or Carlos?
You can call me Carlos.
Okay, Carlos. All right. I know that you had a stroke recently, and I would like to know how things are going for you.
It's become a little bit more difficult, but hopefully you can help me so I can get my life back together.
Okay. Have you seen an occupational therapist before?
No, I haven't.
Okay. Do you have any idea what occupational therapists do?
I think they told me it's something to help get back to my daily life and to be able to complete tasks that I was able to do before, and you would be able to help me accomplish that.
Okay. Yeah, that's correct. Today we will take a look at some activities that became more difficult for you to do on everyday basis, and we will do an assessment which will let us know what's more difficult for you. And it's called Canadian Occupational Performance Measure, and it consists of 3 parts. So I will just ask you some questions, and maybe you can tell me more about your day and what's difficult for you. I will take some notes here in my paperwork, and at the end we will take a look at some things that we can maybe help you with, okay?
Okay, well, thank you.
Okay, so first thing we will take a look at your personal care. Like, how do you start your day and your personal care activities that maybe became difficult for you right now?
What's become difficult for me on my personal care is when I wake up, getting dressed, like putting on my shirt.
Okay.
What's hard is working with the buttons because they're small.
Okay.
So buttoning my shirt has become more difficult.
Okay.
And also like putting on my pants and doing the little zipper and the button, that has become more difficult.
Okay, so like little functional movements of hands, like zippers and buttons, are more difficult for you
Yes.
now. Okay.
And also on my personal care, it's been a more difficult, like brushing my teeth.
Okay.
Because I have to, like putting the toothpaste it's hard for me to put the toothpaste on the toothbrush,
Okay.
and brushing the movement, it's a little bit
Mm-hmm.
more difficult.
Okay, so brushing your teeth.
Yeah,
Alright.
and also like eating, like doing the knife and fork,
Ah, okay, so holding utensils is hard for
holding
you.
utensils, yeah, because I don't have enough strength
Mm-hmm.
to hold the knife to be able to cut the meat, so that's been harder.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay, and I was gonna ask you about your mobility. Do you have any issues with that? Any difficulties?
Yeah, since my stroke, it's become more difficult for me to get out of bed.
Okay,
You know,
so getting out, in and out of bed,
getting
right?
in and out of bed has become more difficult,
Mm-hmm.
and also going up and down the stairs.
Okay, so stairs is hard right now, right?
Yeah, stairs is hard for me right now.
Okay. And do you do any shopping for yourself? Like, do you move around the community? And how do you do that right now after your stroke?
What's been more hard for me now
Mhm.
is like getting in and out of my car, like opening the
Okay.
door,
Mhm.
opening the door of the car, and also getting like in, because the way I have to bend to get in the car,
Okay.
so that's been more difficult. And also when I go shopping at the supermarket, you know, going shopping at the supermarket has become more difficult for me.
Okay, so we have difficulty with getting in and out of the car
Yes,
and doing shopping activity in general, right?
yes,
Moving around and picking out things with your hands, is that what you mean?
yes, that's become more difficult.
Okay, I will ask you next question now. Did you work before your stroke?
Yes, I was working before.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
And were you trying to get back to job or?
yeah, I now have been trying to get back to work,
Yeah.
so I need help finding a new job.
Okay, so maybe looking on internet, right, in newspapers,
Yes,
typing in your resume.
typing my resume I would need help with.
Okay, so finding a job, right?
Yeah.
Alright, and how about your household management? Things you do at home?
Yeah. What's become
For
more
yourself.
difficult, based on things I used to do, number one would be cooking.
Okay.
Cooking's become more difficult, like holding the pan,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and also bending down and to get the oil and pouring the oil so I can actually cook the things.
So reaching around the kitchen, finding your food supplies and holding the pans. That's
Yes,
what
that has become more difficult.
okay, so cooking.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Yeah, what's also become more difficult is doing laundry.
Okay.
Laundry for myself has become more difficult, like putting them in the machine and then especially getting them out and folding them.
Wow, that's
Folding
hard.
them, yeah, folding them is hard.
Yeah, and transferring from washing machine to a dryer,
Yes,
right?
yes, that's
Okay,
become
so
more
laundry.
difficult.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And what about your hobbies?
Well, one of the hobbies which I have is I like playing and assembling electric train sets.
Oh, that's cool.
So what's very difficult with that is the trains are small,
Mm-hmm.
so building the tracks and making them go all the way around, it's hard with my hands to put the little tracks together
To assemble the
and
parts.
to assemble the parts so I could make the train sets work.
Okay.
That has become more difficult.
So assembling electrical train
Train
sets.
sets, yeah.
Okay. And what about sports or any other activities which you would do?
What I
in your
would
spare
do a
time?
lot, I would like to go fishing,
Okay.
but fishing has become more difficult for me, especially dealing with the actual rod and reel, it's
Mhm.
hard to cast.
Okay, casting.
Casting has
Mhm.
become more difficult
Okay.
in my fishing.
Right. Okay.
Mhm.
And what about social skills? Do you still visit your friends, family? Do
Yeah.
you communicate over the phone,
What's
computer?
what's become more difficult, which I would do a lot, is using the phone
Okay.
to call them, because
What part of it?
the pressing of the buttons
Mhm.
has been hard for me to dial the right numbers and all that. So I would need help with
Okay.
that.
So maybe getting a phone with bigger buttons, that would help?
Yes, that would
Something like
help,
that.
something with that, yeah.
Okay, very good. So now this is activities that you have difficulties with. We have a nice list of them here. And what next step is, we will take a look at the activities you named,
Yes.
okay? And next to each activity, we will grade it. We will grade them on this chart, which is from 1 to 10. 1 is not important at all to you, and 10 is extremely important,
Okay.
okay? So we will grade these activities based on how important they are for you.
Okay.
Since you have difficulty with writing, I'm going to write them for you, the numbers, and I will read them for you.
Okay.
So first activity we have getting dressed, putting on shirt and pants. How important is this for you?
8.
Okay. And brushing your teeth.
7.
7. Using your knife and forks for eating.
7.
7. Okay, and getting in and out of bed.
6.
6. And using stairs.
8.
Okay, how important is it for you getting in and out of car when you move around?
8.
And shopping?
6.
6. Okay, how important is it for you to find a job?
Say 5.
Okay. And to cook at home?
5.
And do you laundry?
6.
6. Okay, and what about assembling the train sets?
9.
9. That's really important. And fishing and casting?
8.
And what about the use of phone?
I would say 10.
10. So this is very important.
Yes.
Okay, so we have all these activities here. And now you can take a look at them and decide on 5 activities which are really, really important to you, and those which you think we can incorporate in the occupational therapy sessions and maybe help you with.
I would say let's getting dressed.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's do getting in and out of bed.
Okay.
Let's do cooking.
Cooking. Okay.
Let's do assembling train sets.
Very good. And one more.
a use of the phone.
Use of phone. Okay,
Okay.
that is a really important one.
Yes.
Okay. And we have a couple more steps here to complete the assessment.
Okay.
We will take a look at this chart here,
Yeah.
which is also from 1 to 10.
Yes.
1, this chart is based on performance, okay?
Okay.
And we will assess these 5 activities based on how you think your performance is right now
Okay.
on those activities. And from 1, being not able to do it at all,
Yeah.
to 10, able to do it extremely well.
Okay.
Okay, so I will grade them for you since you have difficulty with your handwriting.
Okay.
And first activity we have is getting dressed, putting on shirt and pants. What do you think your performance is right now from 1 to 10?
Maybe 4.
4. And what about getting in and out of car? How well can you do that right now?
Maybe 6.
6. And cooking?
4.
4. What about assembling train sets?
Like 3.
3. And the use of phone?
2.
2. So that is really difficult for you right
Yes.
now. Okay. And last step we will have, we will take a look at the activities again.
Yes.
And see how satisfactory they are for you right now.
Okay.
Okay, and we will grade them based on satisfaction. And this is also on scale from 1 to 10. 1 being not satisfied at all with what you can do. And number 10 is extremely satisfied. Okay.
Okay.
So what about getting dressed, putting on shirt and pants? How satisfied with what you do right now?
7.
Getting in and out of bed?
5.
5. Cooking?
Maybe 6.
6. And assembling train sets?
Maybe 4.
And use of phone?
1.
Okay. This is our assessment is complete for now. I will take a look at your scores, and maybe we can see what we can do in therapy sessions to help you with those activities. Okay? Thank you very much. It was nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you.
Thank you. Results of a Canadian Occupational Performance Measure assessment will be entered in this form, and calculation of results consists of 4 steps. Step 1, to identify occupational performance problems, concerns, and issues, interview the client, ask about daily activities in self-care, productivity, and leisure. Ask clients to identify daily activities they want to do, need to do, or are expected to do, and then ask the client to identify which of these activities are difficult for them to do now. Record this activity problems in step 1A, 1B, and 1C. Step 2, rate the importance. Using the scoring card provided, ask the client to rate on scale from 1 to 10 the importance of each activity. Place the ratings in the corresponding boxes. Step 3 and 4, scoring. Confirm with the client the 5 most important problems and record them below. Using the scoring cards, ask the client to rate each problem on performance and satisfaction. Then calculate total scores. So here we have performance, and we have satisfaction and total. Total scores are calculated by adding together the performance or satisfaction scores for all problems and dividing by the number of problems. At reassessment, the client scores each problem again, and performance and satisfaction they calculated same way. And then at the end, after we complete our initial assessment and then reassessment, we find change in performance by deducting scores from reassessment. We're going to deduct the initial assessment, and the difference will indicate if our client actually progressed in activities that are difficult for him or her. So this is a scoring in the end, and this is a difference. Current reliability. Test-retest reliability is shown to be well above the acceptable range, and it is good to excellent, 0.84 to 0.92. Suggestions to improve reliability. Make sure that the evaluators are proficient in administration. Create a standard specifically for the description of numbers on rating scale from 1 to 10, which is used to rate importance, satisfaction, and performance, to provide better understanding of scale for the clients. and ensures that the environment and testing conditions are ideal. Current validity, performance scales questionnaire and their integration to normal living scale were used to quantify validation. The studies support the validity of the COPM as a measure of occupational performance. Three suggestions to improve validity. Make sure to interview caregiver or a family member if client has cognitive impairments or unable to score. Make sure that COPM interview is client-centered and conduct research where COPM is administered simultaneously with other similar instruments. Thanks for watching.